Hello, this is Claes Palm speaking. I'm out walking in the surroundings where I live, just outside Uppsala. South of Uppsala, quite close actually to Stockholm International Airport, Arlanda. We want to contribute to societal transformation. Societal changes towards more sustainable societies. And we can ask ourselves, what is then needed? Well, in order to change societies, we need collaboration, I think at least. We need innovative solutions and we need system changes. We need to see the world in a holistic way. One could possibly say that we need to change or we need to achieve innovative system changes. That can sometimes be called transformation management. That's what we need to do. Sometimes when we talk about changes in an organization, we talk about change management, but I would say that is most for changes within an organization. When we talk about change in society, we can talk about system transformation. And two key dimensions in system transformation is system thinking and innovation thinking. And by play around with those dimensions, elaborate and deepen our understanding of those concepts, we can reflect on our behavior today and what is needed to be done to drive innovative system transformation. So, I will now say something about system and innovation as preparation for the fact that we will deepen those perspectives during our collaboration week in Stockholm now in October. Let's say something about systems then. I would say system thinking is a mindset that helps us to untangle and work with the complexity of life on Earth. It helps us to better understand the impact of our work on the world around us. What's interesting about system perspective then? What distinguishes a system perspective from other development perspectives? Often we work in silos within our organization, our operations, or our needs. But not least when it comes to sustainable development, it's often a complex problem we need to solve that affects several different actors and different dimensions. And it could easily be sub-optimization otherwise. Which means that it could be very important to work with system perspectives in sustainable development approaches. And in the system perspective, the system dimension of organizational development, we look, or of societal development, I would say, we look more into the spaces between different parts, between different stakeholders, to see how they relate to each other. And that could go for stakeholders, activities, and problems actually. It has quite often been used as a way to explore and develop effective measures in complex context, to enabling systemic changes. And some key components when we're working with system dimension, I would say, is to identify appropriate system boundaries. You know, Desmond Tutu in South Africa, he said that if you want to eat an elephant, you need to cut it in pieces first. Well, it's a quite not politically correct expression today, but we could say if you want to eat a whole bunch of bananas, you need to start with one. And that means that we need to, even if we need to have a holistic approach, we can't work with everything at the same time. So we need to identify an appropriate part of a complex system, which in itself could be seen as a system, and work there to start with. So to identify the system boundaries is a good start. And then another part is to identify our key stakeholders that should be involved in the process. And as a third dimension here, it's quite important to identify the relation between key contextual factors influencing our possibilities to achieve our objectives. And finally, it's important to involve and make use of the key change components that we have identified in a system analysis in our plan for transition. Okay, there were 4 key tools that can be used when we try to make our systemic approach for societal transformation processes. And as I said, we will go deeper into this and ask ourselves what this mean in my concrete situation, in my context. Let's say something about innovation then. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. They say that it was Albert Einstein who shared those wise words with us. I think it's true. And for that reason, we need to be innovative. And what does that mean? When are you innovative? What is an innovation? Well, I would say that innovations and to be innovative is about 2 things actually. That it has to be something new, and that it's not enough that it's on the ID level. It has to be concretized and implemented. Of course, there could be several different kinds of innovation, or innovation could be developed in many different sectors. Quite often when we talk about innovation, we talk about product innovations. And I would say that that's what people normally think of when they heard the word innovation. And what could that be? Well, one example is we have a big Swedish furniture company called IKEA. And they asked their smaller customer, their younger customers, the kids, what kind of animals would you like to have as a teddy animal, as a pet, soft animal? And some kid came up with this drawing of a fancy tiger that he or she wanted IKEA to produce. So they did it. They developed this soft toy, and they sold it all over the world actually. And that's a quite innovative product, a new sort of tiger. But I would say it's also an innovative approach to your customers and how to develop a product. So it's not just a tangible product innovation, it's also kind of customer relation and development innovation. And I would say this is also an example of a very useful method to ask the need owner, the kids in this case, what they want, instead of producing it out on your own ideas and wild bets on what the customer or the client want. Okay, that's about product innovation. Although we have also process innovation, how to process things in a new way. And it could, of course, be both process tangible stuff to produce stuff, but it could also be how to process a service or how to process a delivery of something. Yeah, we have service innovation. And for example, in healthcare, we could work quite a lot with service innovation, how to provide care, how to provide health. One way we have used, at least in Sweden during the last year, is to, on prescription, ordinate forest walks. And that as a health giving mean that you should, by order from the medical doctor, take a walk in the forest now and then. It's kind of a service innovation, isn't it? I think so. Business model innovation. Yeah, I would say if you look into music and how music has been produced and consumed, we have had a tremendous development in business model innovation. Long time ago, we listened to music in live performances, and that was the only way to consume music. And then with the records and tapes and CDs and stuff, we start to buy music and consumed it by physical, tangible media barriers, or media carriers, I mean. But during the last years, we are consuming music by digital transformation or transportation of music. And if you have a subscription on Skype, no, not Skype, on Spotify, I mean, of course, you have access to most of the existing music in the world, so to say. And the business model that you today pay a monthly fee has been a business model innovation that go through very many sectors, that you the business owner wants you to pay a monthly fee instead of a one-time fee. Marketing innovation, to market stuff in new ways, and here once again the digital revolution have contributed with so many different means to market. Okay, now a small task here. Think of a product that could be developed with a service in an innovative way. What kind of service would it be? Spend 3 minutes with this task. I hope you came up with some interesting innovations that could be combined with a service. A challenge when it comes to service innovation is actually implementation processes, because sometimes it could be like this. The creation process is quite fast, and to make use of the innovative solution is the time-consuming and hard part of the innovation process. And because the innovation is not an innovation before it has been used and have really been more than an idea, it has been implemented. So this is a big and a time-consuming and energy-consuming part of innovation management, I would say. We have now deepened our understanding of two key concepts for contributing to societal transformation and system transformation. System thinking and innovation thinking. This was just a small introduction to what we will work and elaborate further during our in-person meeting in Stockholm. I would also recommend you to look into those web pages shown here below, because there you could find some interesting material and prepare yourself for the in-person meeting in Stockholm. Thank you very much for joining this small presentation, and I really looking forward to see you in Stockholm in October. Thank you.